Good morning. It's the 23rd of April, 2026, and I'm Reg Knight. Stephen King wrote a novel, The Dead Zone, over 40 years ago. It was made into a movie with Christopher Walken and Martin Sheen. It was about this guy, Johnny, who had a horrible accident. He was in a coma for many years, but when he came to, he discovered that he had some remarkable supernatural powers. He was able to touch someone, shake their hand, even dead people touch the hem of their garment and peer into the past and into the future. Johnny encountered a politician named Greg Stilson who was running for senator who wanted to be president. He shook his hand and he saw that this guy, Greg Stilson, was going to be president and he was going to launch nuclear codes against his enemies in the dead of night. So Johnny did whatever he could, and it cost him his life, to stop Greg Stilson from becoming president. My thought today to each and every one of you, where the hell is Johnny? Because we sure need a Johnny right now. Over the weekend, it was widely reported that the Joint Chiefs refused to give Donald Trump the nuclear codes. And why he needed them, no one knows but them. But I do know this. On that Monday, John Phelan, the Secretary of the Navy, was fired. In addition, his nuclear chief was escorted out of the Pentagon. Now, right now, it seems like the Iranians are dug in place, that they have no intention to yielding to Donald Trump's bullying and badgering on these points. They're adamant that they will not go to the negotiating table until the blockade is lifted. And then Trump in kind says, well, the blockade stays until we get everything resolved. So we have a standoff that's going to go for who knows how long. But I believe, since I am 1,000% sure that Trump is a malignant narcissist that has no idea how to process other people's pain, if he had got said codes, he probably would have used them over the weekend and dealt with the fallout. Well, check that. Have our troops deal with the fallout and us. Because for, the few MAGA people that may be listening to me, understand this. If any nuclear weapons are used, it will cause a cataclysmic reaction, not just in that region, but here too. Because those nuclear clouds will waft over to Russia and they will respond in kind. But you have remembered some of the things that Trump has said, and that's the first thing that came to mind this morning was Greg Stilson. That he is the only man that can solve all these problems. And if you'll remember, 6 weeks ago, we didn't have any problem with oil going back and forth through the Strait of Hormuz. In fact, the Iranians let boats go back and forth at their own choosing, didn't try to charge them anything. But now, the president of Iran said this morning that will never happen again, that they will take control of their borders and they'll make sure whoever goes back and forth will pay them a premium price because they need it for reconstruction. The last point I'd like to make is that, this is a standoff, but you have to understand that the Iranians have been under severe restrictions for over 4 decades, probably starting the same time when that book was written. There are billions of dollars in Iranian assets spread all over the world. The U.S. has a lion's share. So they're used to dealing with a lot less and making do. But right now, the entire world is on lockdown because of Greg Stilson / Donald Trump throwing a tantrum and decided that he is not going to budge when he started the war, him and Netanyahu. He's fired all these missiles. He's got a lot of our troops hurt or unalived. And we're no better off than we were 6 weeks ago. So if you have never seen The Dead Zone, if you've never read it, the book is better than the movie, but the movie is pretty good. Check it out and see if you don't see a lot of parallels between that book and what's happening now. Because Greg Stilson had his ICE agents, they just didn't wear masks. It's the 23rd of April, 2026, and I'm Reg Knight. Have a good day.